Good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, November 8th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable over the past week. Google Election Day volatility was pretty big. Helpful content update. We got a status update for you on that. Creators go after SEOs. And we have a lot more news around ChatGPT, AI overviews, Google Ads, Microsoft advertising, and continuous search. So check it out. And of course, I'd like to thank our sponsor, SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb is the all-in-one strategic SEO software. Get clarity on the SEO landscape through competitive analysis, keyword research, rank tracking, SERP analysis and insights, and much more. With industry-leading traffic and keyword data based on real user journeys, SimilarWeb gives the SEOs professionals the whole picture so they can strategize smartly and drive sustainable traffic going forward for their businesses. Check them out at similarweb.com, and thank you for sponsoring. All right, so first up, I said there was election day search ranking volatility, and there was. It seemed to go on for a day or so after that as well. The tools, most of them started to spike. We have charts from SEMrush, SimilarWeb, Windshare, Cognitive SEO, and so many more. And the chatter was pretty high. A lot of comments on the post as well. So if you didn't notice significant ranking volatility on that date, and even people in the UK is like, I sell car insurance in the UK. How would that impact? How would that be impacted by the U.S. election? So it was interesting to see that, and I'm surprised Google has not released that core update yet. Maybe as I'm recording this, they are, but again, I'll keep you posted on that. Glenn Gabe has posted some updates on the helpful content update, and he had a bunch of tweets around that this week. Basically, still about 80% of those sites that were hit by the helpful content update still not see recoveries. He said 22% of sites hit by the helpful content update only saw a 20% or more increase. Only 22% of those sites that were hit, so he's tracking about 400 sites, saw an increase of 20% or more since after the August core update. Now, he did a lot more analysis over the time, and he went through this in more detail and how much do these sites increase on average and so forth, and it's kind of most of them did not see significant increases. So anyway, take a look at that post if you were hit by helpful content update. There's a lot of general stats there. Of course, every individual site is its own, so some sites were hit a lot harder, some sites recovered, some sites did not, but the vast majority of those sites still are not doing too well. And then obviously, like we discussed, Google had that Web Creator Summit or event the other week, and it's wild. This industry is super wild. So now we have like creators, content creators going after SEOs and so forth because of some comments that Google may or not have made. Basically, Danny Sullivan was quoted as saying, we don't want you paying for money for SEO audits or try to recover. They should be doing a better job. Google should be doing a better job providing guidance and so forth in the documentation. And it's like, oh, why are we wasting money on SEOs? And it's hilarious that creators have to, these people who are hit have to go after somebody. I get it. So now they really should be going after Google. Google did it, not SEOs. SEOs were trying to help based on Google's documentation, just like when you go to a doctor to fix something, or just like when you hire a plumber or a contractor or an accountant. They try to help you based on the guidance that they are given by the industry professionals. And to go after them for doing their job, it just doesn't make sense to me. The real people they should be going after, and they have been, is Google. At the same time, Google's told SEOs to go ahead and make content better and remove ads and so forth. And because of that, that's the advice to be giving. And of course, just because these guys are stuck in some type of algorithm black hole, they feel they need to go after whoever. And again, I get it. And maybe they shouldn't hire SEOs because they're not the type of person that should. But at the same time, they really should not be blaming SEOs for this. This is really a blame game for Google. Then we have ChatGPT, and more information is coming out about ChatGPT search, where specifically it seems like it's powered by Bing's search index, which is not a surprise because they have a very tight relationship. And of course, ChatGPT has their own crawlers and their own robots files and so forth that they go after, that they respect. But The Verge covered that, they use Microsoft technology, but they use a mix of technology, not just Microsoft, not just Bing. Ivan on LinkedIn basically said my site was banned from Bing, and then I see I'm not getting any traffic from ChatGPT. I'm not ranking for ChatGPT. And there's a lot of other examples of why we think that's the case. But again, that could change at any point. But right now, Microsoft seems to be powering the core index for ChatGPT. Again, that could change at any time. Brody Clark noticed that Google AI overviews has this highlight feature in the actual search results where you click on the highlight button and then it will go ahead and basically let you highlight text in the feature snippet, and that highlighted text will then go ahead and generate another AI overview. Super interesting to see that. Nice find there. Google AI overviews is also being displayed within the People Also Ask. So it looks like People Also Ask are generally powered by featured snippets, and now it looks like Google's testing to power them by AI overviews. This is spotted by Derek Perkins. Super interesting. It makes sense that eventually a lot of these featured snippets might get replaced by AI overviews, so this is maybe one example of that. Google's updated its documentation to basically say that having different links on your mobile versus desktop website, let's say you don't have a responsive site, you have mobile and desktop instances of your website, could have a major impact for crawling for really large websites. So it's not going to really hurt your SEO per se, but if you want Google to crawl efficiently and so forth, you want to, well, it'll probably hurt your SEO. But anyway, it might go ahead and hurt your crawling and the speed of crawling across your large website. So definitely go ahead and make sure that those links are in priority across the board, across your desktop and mobile website. This week, it seemed like John Mueller posted that we're going to have a meetup in Dublin. And I'm like, well, what's going on in Dublin? So then I just dug some information up, and it looks like also Fabrice Cannell was there, and Fabrice Cannell from Microsoft Bing, and also Gary Ish from Google. So we had 2 Googlers there at least, and 1 Bing representative there. And what were they doing there? So there was this IETF event where I think, according to papers released by Fabrice and Gary, they submitted some ideas for improving the robots exclusion protocol. We know that both Fabrice and Gary spoke about this in the past. They want to improve crawling and efficiency. Gary posted, I think back in April or August, that he wants to improve efficiency, and he has some ideas on that. And it looks like we uncovered some of that information, so definitely take a look at that on how to improve crawl efficiency. But it looks like Fabrice submitted some ideas around how to do better AI controlling of AI bots and so forth. Interesting to see that. Hope it was nice over there in Dublin. Google also proposed new shipping data schema protocols, specifically to include ShippingService as a type to improve the ShippingService features. This was submitted a couple weeks ago, and the proposal was posted online, so you can take a look at that. John Mueller actually posted about the proposal as well, so definitely take a look at that. You could always submit, John Mueller, like if you want to submit ideas on how we can improve the proposal, now is your time, he said. So go there and go ahead and do that. Google Search Console seemed to make a small update to its performance report graphs. So if the data is partial data, like it's like real time, almost real time, like past 24 hours or so, they may go ahead and include dotted lines to say these dotted lines symbolize that this is partial data, whereas the rest of the full lines are not. So that's an interesting find there as well. Also, Google seems to be rolling out conversational search in the Google Search apps, where you open up Google Search app, hit the listen button, and you can have a conversation with it. Show me the Eiffel Tower, and you can say, how tall is it? And we've seen this before with conversational search from Google, but now it seems to be rolling out a little bit as a test in the Google Search app. That was spotted by Android Assembly. Nice find there. Google's testing dropping, I believe, the results count from under the search tool. So as you remember, if you do a search for anything or a site command, it'll say you the number of results that it found, about X number of results. That was moved under to only show when you click on tools, then it would show that number. And now it seems like for some browsers, Glenn Gabe spotted this, I was able to replicate it, it's not showing, but it's in the HTML code. So it seems like a bug to me, not necessarily a test. So we'll see what happens with that, but it seems like it's just a test right now. So Google's showing for some sites in the Google URL inspection tool, it could show like the Google selected canonical. Google technically said this is the canonical URL of this page. Sometimes Google gets that wrong, where it shows the Google selected canonical for an internal page to be not the same on your website, but also there's an example here of Google showing the canonical of a third-party domain, a site that you do not own. And that site specifically, I looked at it, it goes to redirect into a spam site. It seems like some type of spam thing. Darth and others noticed that this is some type of like, I don't call it a hack, but basically like confusing Google, probably a hack in this case. So it has to be careful. Like if Google picks up the wrong canonical, how does this happen? We talked before when Google ranks scrapers and fake like garbage sites over yours for exactly the same content, that is usually means there's a problem with your website, a quality issue, or you maybe have a penalty of some sorts. So there's not really much you could do about that, but it is concerning. Google Ads continues to test mixing organic and ads in the same bunch. So they're sticking ads between the organic results. We covered this last year Google called this dynamic ad placement, and they also changed the definition of top ads several months ago. And ad liaison, Ginny Marvin, confirmed that this is an ongoing test. Nate Lewis spotted this again. It seems like they maybe have dialed up that test, so keep that in mind if you see more ads mixed into the search results, the organic search results, you are not alone. Google also, in the optimization score screen, is showing you in Google Ads the competitive pressure data. This is spotted by Craig Graham, who noticed that it says for one of his campaigns that some of your campaigns lost impression share due to competitive pressure from Amazon.com. Pretty wild to see that. I kind of like that feature, but it is kind of scary. Google Ads is also testing segmenting options within the Performance Max reporting screen. This is spotted by Thomas Excel, and here's a screenshot of that. It gives you a lot more detail around how to manage those ads, so it's very, very useful. A lot of the advertisers are happy and hope this rolls out to more people. Google Ads is also testing shopping ads with bag icons, and that bag icon will bypass the product page and take you directly to the site's shopping cart, like add it to your cart for you. I know Google announced back like a year or so ago that they're piloting a checkout button that does exactly that. I'm not sure if this is a good user experience, but this is exactly what it does. This was a nice find by Sachin Patel. Thanks for finding that and sending it to my way. Google also seems to be removing the Google Local Service Ads app from the Google Play Store and the Apple iOS Store. It was removed yesterday. Google sent out emails and notifications to advertisers. Seems like it's not a big deal because nobody really liked the app. The app had horrible reviews. It doesn't seem like many people use it, and Google's basically saying as of January 6th, I believe, they'll stop supporting completely, but right now you can no longer download those apps, and they want you to go ahead and manage your ads on the website instead. Bing is rolling out, it seems to be they're rolling out, or maybe testing in a much wider basis, sponsor labels as opposed to ad labels in their search results. This is spotted by Kushal, who basically spotted this as well, and Frank Santman spotted this earlier, but it seems like Bing may be swapping out the ad label for sponsor labels. And finally, Bing is testing these AI-powered buying guides, which makes sense. I don't know how new this is, but I don't think I've covered it before. So these are the new Bing AI-powered buying guides. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is Search News we covered over at the Search and Roundtable at SEOroundtable.com over the past week. Again, thanks to SimilarWeb for sponsoring. Everyone have a great, safe weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Goodbye.